Hopkin. I'm the program manager at ESA's Insurance Solutions, and I'm with GDP Advisors. We're a advisory firm doing risk management and employee benefits out of McKinney, Texas, and I'm very happy to be here with you all today. The subject of my topic, or my speech today,
August 23rd, 2005.
sorry, that just threw me off. Who knows what date this is?
What time did you update the Prezi, or is there another Prezi in here that's not?
No, I updated it. I thought that I had, when it went from, hi, I'm Chris, I thought that for whatever reason it went to like the major slide and then I was ready to go
Okay.
into this one.
Okay.
Apologies.
All right.
Can anyone tell me what date this is?
No.
The day before I got married.
Was it?
No.
Well, I wouldn't
The
know
month
that,
and
but
the
you
day.
would.
I know that.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir, in the
Hurricane
fuchsia
Katrina.
shirt.
Salmon, thank you.
That's
It's
salmon.
Hurricane Katrina.
Hurricane Katrina, correct. Next slide, please.
Gosh, get off Facebook.
I'm
Pay
making
attention.
notes, thank you.
So, a big part of what I want to talk to you all about today is what happens when your business literally gets wiped off the map. Because,
Whoa. Okay.
yeah,
You got my attention.
we're going there? Okay, I'm glad. So, I would like to tell you all a story that is very near and dear to our firm's heart. It's a big part of what I'm going to talk to you all about today. And it's a big part of why we do what we do. So we've got two clients, one 3,000 employees, 180 stores, 3 states, and another owner operated. Mom pop, 2 locations, 10 employees, and both of them were severely affected by Katrina. Businesses wiped off the map, employees scattered across the country, living with relatives in Georgia, moving all the way out to Las Vegas. Your business literally evaporated or was blown away with the storm. So, insurance companies come in, they're adjusting claims left and right, they're not even looking at the claims, they're just stroking checks. Both clients receive the money that they were due from the insurance company, full policy limits. Both have what they need to get back going, but one failed. Do you think it was the larger, complex, so many employees, how are we gonna get this business back together? Or do you think it was the mom and pop shop? Lean, mean, capable, not spread out across the country. Can you tell me which company you think survived?
Surely it was the mom and
Right.
pop. Surely it was the mom and pop.
Why do you think that?
Well, I mean, they're less complex, right? I mean, it's easier to find 10 employees than it is to find 180.
Mr. Denson, thank you for proving my point. It was not the smaller company.
How did
It
I
was the
prove
larger
that?
company.
Really?
Correct. And the reason for that is because they had a disaster relief plan in place prior to Katrina. Now, when it came claim time and the insurance company stroking a check, both of them are thanking me so much, but it was the one who had the plan and was then able to take advantage over all his competition being out of the area due to the hurricane for an entire year. So even though you have a less complicated situation, less employees, less locations, less to manage overall, it was the smaller company that didn't ultimately end up making it. And so that's a big part of what I'm gonna focus on today, is talking about being proactive versus reactive with respect to risk management. Primarily what we focus on in order to put forth this proactive approach to risk management are the uninsurable risks. Anybody can go out there and get you an insurance policy, you pay your deductible, they can replace your windshield whenever it gets cracked, or if you've got someone that's driving through an intersection, just T-bone someone else. So, how do we, as risk advisors, bring to light these issues that everyone else simply thinks that, oh, I can just buy an insurance policy for that and our business is covered. We will survive. Katrina, earthquake, doesn't matter, we're insured. Anything happens, we're back in business. But what about when the Department of Labor decides to change particular laws and now you have to have W-2 employees, and if you don't, you're getting a $3,000 a day fine? Do you think that that fine on a daily basis is gonna be more impactful than just replacing your car? Most
Absolutely,
definitely.
yeah.
Most definitely. Revenue risk. If all the money quit coming in today, how long would your business last? That's a personal question, just think it to yourselves. If we had no money coming in, how long could we survive? What plan do we have in place if we have to hit the nuclear option? What do we do? How do we trim the fat? How do we get our cash flows get back going? That's not something that you can insure. For one day, just all of a sudden the money stops rolling, whether it be due to reputational damage. You had an employee making racial remarks that then went on social media, and now your business is completely affected. Whatever nightmare situation that you can create in your mind as to what might affect you personally, there's no insurance policy for that. Culture. What's working for you like? What do you as your employee experience on a daily basis? Are they in a very positive and happy-go-lucky and very pushing forward environment? Or do they deal with sexual abuse? Do they deal with people who do not know how to manage and who are feeling abused, frankly? All of these things right here run the gamut in terms of risks that we cannot buy insurance policies for. And so, in order to bring back the main point of this with respect to being proactive, how do we put controls in place to help be proactive with respect to anything that's coming down the pipe? Any risk that might be emerging that we cannot foresee today, how can we plan so that when that unrecognized risk knocks on our door, we already have a proactive response to put in place? Slide, please. How do we assess risk? These are just some very basic insurance geek terms that we like to put out there so that when we sit down with a client, we can have concrete words to say, we prevent your accidents by having a vehicle maintenance plan in place. We mitigate claims by working with adjusters and hiring third-party adjusters in order to get a more objective viewpoint if for whatever reason there's discrepancy in the claim being filed. Transfer, buying a simple insurance policy. Finance, paying for that policy. Taking cash off your balance sheet, using a method of risk transfer via an insurance policy, and then shedding that risk off your books. Assumption, how much risk are we ourselves willing to take as a company? What do we feel like we can stomach if a Katrina were to happen? Slide, please. The insurable risks. Now, this is supposed to be an insurance presentation, and I've tried my best not to talk to you all about insurance because I know how thrilling that can be to everyone in the audience. But let's just talk about the risks that you can insure. This should be a very small portion of your thinking with respect to how you manage risk as a business. This is merely, hey, we have these in place, they're gonna do their job in the event of a catastrophe. Our tornado blows my building down, we get it rebuilt, that's great. But to bring it back to this proactive approach, to this overall understanding of how we manage risks ourselves as business owners together, we all share the same problems. Insurance is a fantastic tool. I've dedicated my entire career to this business. I believe in this industry. I believe in insurance. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you about today. I'm here to talk to you all about opening your minds, understanding the element of risk itself outside of just purchasing insurance. I want you all to be thinking that, am I in a state of mind right now to where no matter what happens to me this afternoon, tomorrow, next year, are we gonna be okay? I don't have to spend my nights thinking, did we plan for that? I just hired that driver. His record is a bit questionable. He seems like a damn good employee, but man, he makes me nervous. Slide, please. So this brings me to my analogy of the toolbox. Everyone has some form of risk management in place right now, whether you're proactive, reactive, whether you're just buying insurance, or whether you're constantly evaluating the unknowns. That essentially is your toolbox. That is what houses all of your strategies. So I now pose the question to you all, what's in here for you? If you've got a flood and you pull the bottom drawer, do you have a tool there that's going to help you mitigate that? So I want you all to think just how full your risk management toolbox is. Does anyone feel like they've got this maybe 50% full? Give me some feedback as to how strongly you feel that your business risks are being properly addressed. You in the blue blazer, how confident are you about your business? And whatever were to happen tomorrow, how confident are you that you could continue no matter what happened?
Well, you know, Mr. Insurance Man,
That's my nickname.
you know, I think, listen, there's always something there's always the unforeseeable, right? And that's why I buy insurance, why I've always bought insurance. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I try not to focus too much on the things I can't control and instead spend my time on doing the things that I can. And that's where I look to guys like you to help me out in that area. But so I don't know. I got insurance. I got lots of insurance, but
Okay, so it's not something that you're consistently talking about throughout the year.
no, and I wouldn't say that I am. No.
Okay, do you think that you could possibly benefit if once a quarter, once every 6 months, your agent, your broker, your risk advisor came and sat down with you and said, here's what's going on right now, things are okay, here's some potentially emerging risks down the road that I'd like for you to consider. Are people having those types of conversations with you?
Well, I mean, you know, my guy, he tells me about other stuff that there's insurance for, and you know, things I need to be thinking about. Sure.
Sure. Okay. So, this is a perfect example of being reactive with regards to risk management. Now, your gentleman, he's probably got this tool chest full so that whenever you pick up the phone, he's ready to reach in there and go to work for you. But I think that it brings a lot of value to a business owner to understand, since we love to dig into our own businesses, it's yours, you want to know the intricacies of it completely. Having a basic understanding of this sometimes just isn't enough. So I would encourage you to please engage whoever you are having these types of discussions with. Ask them, beat them over the head for the information. Get more and more of an understanding, because there are things, some sleeping giants underneath your business's bed that will rear their head. And if you have the mindset of, I know that we can properly react because of the strategies we put in place prior. So ask yourselves, what comprises this toolbox? Who do I have to call when we go to it? And just how much do I know about what these tools are that I then have to utilize when Katrina decides to blow my businesses down? So I know this is probably a lot of insurance talk right now. I'm talking to you all about toolboxes. I'm talking to you all about how disaster relief, as if a hurricane's going to strike every single day. Obviously, that's not the case. But it's my goal here today to get you all to think about that possibility and what we do about it. Because you are here to grow your business. You are here to take care of your customers and your employees. That is the commonality amongst all business owners.